feeling like I'm academics.
We're still having people talk about the streets conversation. Remember, if you guys didn't tune in late last night, and yes, we did stream late last night. Okay, Savage did clarify. He said, "Yo, wait, whoa. When I said fuck the streets, I actually meant save the streets," which I'm a little confused. I'm about 20 seconds away, and y'all know Savage, my man. I'm 20 seconds away. You ever seen that meme where it'd be like, "Yo, stop typing"? You ever seen that? The cat meme? Cat meme, stop typing. You ever seen that? Yeah, yeah, right here. It's time to stop posting. I'm almost there with Savage. I'm gonna have to tell him, like, "Yo, Savage, let it go. Just let it go. Let it go." This idea of fuck the streets has just not taken any type of, well, number one, reasonable or sensible step where people are understanding it, or the majority of people, especially the people you would imagine it's intended for. It's not intended. Like, I see a lot of people who are not in the streets like myself. It don't matter if we understand it, right? Like, who gives a fuck if we say fuck the streets? It's for the people in the streets. And the people in the streets are bad. They don't like this shit. They actually feel it's almost like saying fuck them. There's no person that's actually in the streets saying fuck the streets. And I've looked and tried to post all of them. The only people saying fuck the streets are the celebrities who got rich off the streets. But I digress, in neither here nor there. And I'm not trying to, say this is a bad thing, but I do think that there's misunderstanding. I think Savage has done a horrible job. And again, my homie, but horrible job of communicating a few things. Number one, the interview, I think he was being genuine and honest and quote-unquote real, but everything he said is being flipped against him. Yo, y'all forgave, wait, y'all buried the snitching under, oh, that looked bad, that sounded bad, of course, right? Like, be like, yo, thug, we buried the snitching for you. Like, oh, man, that looks bad. Wow. A lot of those things just didn't look too good in how people are kind of looking either at his ideology or where he stands on stuff. And, I think everybody kind of agrees that he's a 100% stand-up individual, but I think people are confused, or they feel like this is bad timing, or whatever the case is with this F the Streets movement. So that's happening, right? And the latest thing I realized everybody's pinpointing is exactly what, and I remember reading it, I didn't see much wrong with it the first time, but of course 6ix9ine misses nothing. So when 6ix9ine did like his little soliloquy and he like did the breakdown, he pinpointed on it, harped on it, and I think this is why a lot of people are saying, "Yo, hold on now, this fuck the street shit is a cover up." Okay, this is like one of these cover ups for Jeffrey, and this is where I think bad timing and I think bad communication, because there is a holistic, very positive message that should be taken from this. Given that one of the biggest rappers or influence, especially in street rap, 21 Savage, is basically trying to dissuade people from a lifestyle or mentality that has to do with the street. That should be a very positive thing. Encouraging people to die or go to jail doing some dumb shit, that shouldn't be like really exalted. However, his communication with it is being picked apart at it seems, right? The first part is, well, why wasn't it fuck the streets when Gunna told and 6ix9ine told and these other people told, and why is it only fuck the streets when supposedly your man told? Okay, cool. But then even when he came back to explain it, when he said, I didn't say fuck the streets, I said save the streets, people are now saying, what? So it's a communication thing. Communication time, I think, if you ask me. But the sentence, and chat, we're not staying too long on this topic. I know some of y'all are fatigued with this, and I keep interrupting myself. Another reason why this is horrible, or horrible timing, especially for Savage. Remember what I told you about the end of the year? Nothing happens. Just like we don't have much topics today. So we're talking about and regurgitating and looking at the old topics different ways. That's the only new content. So remember I told you his album was supposed to last for 4 weeks, and it could be number one for 4 weeks. The interview upstaged it, and now this Fuck the Streets thing also upstaged it. So you know what's going to happen? We're going to talk about Fuck the Streets for 4 weeks instead of his album. The album should have dropped. Stay quiet. Let the music do the talking. There's no more music coming. There's no more music coming for 3 weeks. People would have no choice but to talk about the music. Instead, All we're gonna hear now is these think pieces from either rappers who either made out the streets, or these rappers who are in the streets, or these rappers who love the streets, and they're only talking about the streets. Where, again, granted, the album's called What Happened to the Streets, but it's not connecting back to the album. It's just kind of connecting to, oh wait, y'all want us to denounce the streets. So I'm realizing the communication here from Savage is not helping, and I'm at the point where I want to hit him with a meme like, bro, stop posting, okay? It's time for to stop posting, okay? Just because people won't hear what you're saying in any other context because of what they're already thinking. Now, that line in question I mentioned was 6ix9ine saying this.
Yo, if you watching this video, you about to hear some fucking facts. And people don't like the truth because it hurts them. I was going to do this video on TikTok, you know, where you put the picture in the background and you start talking. But these facts right here need 100-inch. You see this bitch-ass sticker right here? Yo, listen, they going to skip this. The facts hurts people's feelings. I just need y'all to know that. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Now, hear this out. This bitch-ass sticker says, yo, hold on, let's start with this. Gunna, Young Thug, y'all niggas fix that shit.
Now, I remember reading this the first time. I didn't think anything of it, but it is one of the most hilarious tweets. And I think the tweet that people are going to always point out. And the funny part about it, Savage is being absolutely real. He's just saying the quiet part out loud. He's just admitting what anybody with clear, blatant eyes should have seen. Yo, we knew about this guy kind of doing some stuff before, and we swept it under the rug. We didn't make it a big deal. Now, unfortunately, and this is why I said communication is so important in these situations, Savage is getting penalized and he's getting killed for being honest and actually admitting some shit that most people would just lie about, and you would look better if you lied about it, right? You know, or ignored or talked around it. He just admitted it, and he's going to get killed for admitting it.
Shit, y'all love each other. Niggas knew Gunna wasn't no gangster when he told the first time. And we swept it. We, not them. We, as the whole Atlanta, we swept it under the rug for you. You know, he wasn't trying to leave you to hang, nigga. Fuck the streets. Now it's fuck the streets when it's convenient for you. The album sales is not.
Calm it down, Daniel. Calm it down. This guy is very hyper. Calm it down, bro.
Selling, nigga. The Drake stimulus package not selling, nigga. Now y'all talking about, yo, fuck the streets. I've been talking about this 5 years ago. Y'all bend and break the rules when it's convenient for y'all. When he told the first time.
That is always going to be the thing that kind of comes back around to haunt him. When he told the first time. Yo, it's one of those things where, like, once you, like, put it like this. Once you, like, for example, the people who are going to continue to make music with Thug or hang with Thug or whatever, and if they're street dudes or they're not saying fuck the streets, they have to be like, Thug didn't tell, right? Even though I personally think they should just be like, yo, he told, so what? But people are going to call him out on hypocrisy, right? So that plan doesn't work, even though I think it's the best plan. The next plan is you just got to be delusional. Nah, fuck that, he ain't tell. And if you live in that delusion, yes, some people might not believe you, but people can't call you a hypocrite because your beliefs are congruent or in line with exactly what you believe is happening, right? But with this, once you say, yo, we swept it under the rug when he told the first time or first 2 times, that looks bad.
So you know, homie, a rat, but it's convenient for me. Yo, my best friend could rap. You from Atlanta? He could rap, but y'all niggas can't.
Hey, listen, man. And I know some people like, yo, 6ix9ine, you just want your career to come back. I think 6ix9ine just want the guys that's in music to give him an apology and also admit that they're just like him. I keep telling you that not like us thing, it's a myth. Most people are like each other. I think if whatever rappers say Gunna was like, yo, 6ix9ine, me and you were the same type of rat. We're a North Middle Eastern Louisiana or a South Middle Eastern Louisiana rat. Okay, a long-tailed Nucci rat. Like, I'm pretty sure 6ix9ine would be happy. Like, okay, cool, we're both rats. Let's go. So I don't even think 6ix9ine is like, yo, okay, give me my career back. I think he's just saying, just call these guys rats like me. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you want to have people in the club. That's just kind of what it is, you know? Anyway, The think pieces still haven't stopped. I put up one today. And some people are actually saying he's making some sense, and I don't know if you guys believe him. But actually, before I play that, let me play what Savage said. By the way, I played this last night, but, I know some of y'all was half asleep or, lazy fucking a girl, or some of y'all niggas were probably about to scroll Pornhub, so you were not that paying attention. So anyway, Savage said this, and he went live with Lil DTE, and he was clarifying his statements about fuck the streets. And that's what he said.
Dissing, but they bluffing. Chopper bullets friendly, they keep punching. Any room, I'm topic of discussion. Would it be the same if I was busted? Niggas hate it, bitches love it, but they know.
What's up, baby boy?
Man, I'm confused.
I'm
What?
confused.
Fuck the street. I'm with
I ain't supposed to say it like that.
You
I
shouldn't.
supposed to say save the streets.
Yes.
We gotta save the streets.
Yes.
We gotta get all the bullshit, all the crazy killer shit out of it, and put the love and the hustle back in the shit.
Yeah. But
Now I don't know who this little DTE nigga, but Savage just complete switch up. Nah, I ain't say F the streets. I meant save it.
but bullshit come to the street. That is what that come to the street. But you just saying we ain't pushing that.
Yeah, we ain't pushing it. We trying to stop it.
I'm
We
with
can't
you.
save everybody, but
You guys see this guy's face. He looks so confused.
But I
can't save everybody.
ain't moving no gold posters and saying all rats, y'all. We forget y'all and we fuck.
Hey, listen, the streets. Hey, street guys. Hey, listen. I'm trained in linguistics. I'm highly intelligent. I know 2 dialects and 2.5 languages. Okay, and I write pretty well and could do math good as well. Let me be y'all interpreter and also be the intellectual person to put forth what's going on here. This is an amnesty for all the rats. Like, I know they're not trying to say, but that's kind of what it is. If you've done bad, this is amnesty, okay? As long as you're not pushing street stuff. Come on, we got to call a spade a spade. Like, this is amnesty. So if you told, and I don't know if everybody gets amnesty, but this is the Atlanta amnesty. So if you told back in the day, amnesty. You told recently, amnesty. You got up there and said, yes, ma'am, amnesty. Okay? This is like a pardon, right? Now, shout out to this guy right here. He's like, yo, we're not moving the goalposts, right? No, we are moving the goalposts. That's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing, right? We're moving the goalposts because, you ever watch Walking Dead? Yo, people got no problem killing the random zombie until, you ever seen, there's the part in Walking Dead where this man's wife becomes a zombie. He don't want to kill his wife because that ain't the regular zombie. You know what he did? He tied up the zombie and he kept the zombie in a room for like 5 years. Why? That's his zombie. Every other zombie, spear to the head, bullet to the head. His zombie, nah, that's different. It's different. Come on now. Everybody know that. So the point is, to eliminate the pick and choosing, let's do a sweep. Like me and my boys, we play like, Fortnite, or we'll like make bets on games or whatever. And sometimes one nigga, that one scamming ass nigga that's in your friend group, he ain't finna pay. When that debt gets so high and whatever, you either give him a buyout or something, and then you eventually say, you know what? We're just gonna clear everybody debt. Because when nobody got paid, they'd be like, yo, I ain't paying this nigga because this nigga owe me money. At a point, you'd be like, yo, everybody's debt is cleared. We're gonna start from scratch, but now everybody pay the same day. That's amnesty. Let's wipe the slate clean. It don't matter what you did. Everybody start their street career today. That's kind of what's happening, right? But again, this is the quiet part coming out loud. No? Yeah, y'all know about Walking Dead? There was one nigga in Walking Dead clapping all the zombies until his wife turned to a zombie and he tied her up. And he get like, yeah, tied her up like a pet. Coming and checking on her. You okay? Love you still? It's a fucking zombie. Kill it. No, that's his zombie. Yo, Kodak Black had it right all along. When Kodak Black said, that's y'all rat. Remember when he said that? When everybody was like, oh my God, he's about to do a song with 6ix9ine. No, he's a real street nigga. How could he do it? You know what he said? That's y'all rat. That's what it is. That's all that got to be said. That's all that got to be said. So, anyway, here's the clarification. We're going to save the streets. And by the way, I do want to continue to point out there is like a good underlying message here that, stop the bullshit, stop the violence, don't promote people to go throw their lives away. The streets is quote unquote bullshit where, if you're believing that things work out because, and I feel like I'm giving Savage outs, but he's my man, so I guess I will. But this is the only way he could have explained this to make it make sense. But if he explained it like this, it would also be, again, kicking in Thug's back. And I keep saying the streets died for Thug. So they're trying to change the subject rather than talk about Thug. Here's the point. The only way to explain this is to say, yo, F the streets, because the streets are not made for you to win. The code's set up. People are going to tell on you. Basically, there's no win. If you keep it real, somebody's going to tell on you you're going to go to jail for life. If you, there's no way to play the streets. It's like, if we're looking at it, not like a game, because it's not a game, but if we look at it as a particular path, there's no way to play it perfectly and to win. It's only different ways to lose and how quickly you lose, right? So accepting that so many people are cooperating, that basically cooperants, the idea that's because that's how this, not necessarily the streets, but like that's how gangsterism, let's go back to the cartels. That's how they maintain their shit. Hey, you don't want to snitch. Snitches get stitches and put in ditches. Okay? When people cooperated, they got killed, their family got killed. You got your tongue cut out. So there was perceived ramifications for that type of behavior. So people try to operate during a code. Well, do you want to die? No, you don't want to die. You want your family to die? No, you don't want your family to die. So don't snitch. Well, now here's the thing. If you cooperate, not only will it save you jail time, you're going to probably be a big rapper because most of the big rappers are cooperants, right? Like the ones that do street rap, if they ever been in the streets, I think we could say about like 80% of them, at least at this point, they've cooperated, assisted the cops or, maybe gave a statement or two during their street career. So if the message goes to say, don't get in the streets because if you try to get in the streets and abide by a code, that code is non-existent. It actually rewards the person who doesn't adhere to the code. Imagine if you're playing football or basketball. Do you think you'd win a game of basketball if you could only dribble, when you pick up the ball, you could step twice, and then you have to lay it up, or you got to shoot the ball, but you can't keep running with the ball. But there's this one nigga on the court. He dribbles once, he grabbed the ball like his football, he run to the next basket, he run out of bounds, he do everything, and he's scoring his own basket, and he's getting points. He breaks every rules, and he actually is benefiting while you're following the rules and you're just losing. So yeah, I thought this idea of like F the streets was obviously nobody wants negativity and violence, but the idea of these codes that these guys used to even rap about, it's pretty much antiquated. It's dead, right? What happened to the streets should have been the conversation to say, yo, you get rewarded for telling. The biggest rapper out of Atlanta, outside of Lil Baby and Future at this point, and Cardi, is Gunna. And he cooperated. You get what I'm saying? So it's like they're breaking these rules in this quote-unquote game actually rewards you more. So this game is really not even really a game anymore. Like this street game or this streets is done. So I thought that was going to be the answer, but that would also put into question Young Thug. Right? Because, again, the singular question that's going to keep being asked, did Young Thug tell? And I don't have an opinion on the situation. I could care less if he's considered someone who told or not. But that question seems to not be wanted to be answered. And that's the problem. So you get a guy like this, and he's like, yo, bro, are we moving the goalpost? And, love Savage, but I think he got to just focus on his album, bro. Like, you're sacrificing your career for another nigga at this point. Do what Baby's doing. Don't, he's your friend. Don't isolate him. Don't not talk to him. Because I would not want to hear, yo, Savage, pick up the phone and Spider. I don't want to hear that. It's your friend. But at the end of the day, the more you speak out on this, the more people are looking through this transparently to say, damn, y'all niggas really love Thug that y'all will rather make y'all self look crazy to defend him. That's the point. I said last night, I think Baby has checked out the game with that. I seen Baby hug Thug at that homecoming concert. I don't think Baby hates Thug. I think he loves Thug as a friend. But you know what? One thing he's definitely ain't gonna do? Because he did it before when Thug was locked up. He went up on Instagram and said, fuck Gunna. He went up on Instagram and said, yo, we don't fuck with Buddy. He called around to rappers like Honeycomb Brazy and these other people saying, we don't fuck with that guy, basically on the word of Thug. You know what he's not doing anymore? Doing the same damn thing. He's not saying a motherfucking thing that would help exonerate Thug or make Thug look better. Now it's Savage. And Savage don't realize he's going through the same thing that Baby went through. Baby's career got axed all over the place by him defending Thug. Y'all can't love Thug this much. I know he's a great friend. Yo, listen, man, Spider, yo, come on. I know Spider's a cool guy. But y'all gotta say, as men, yo, Spider got his own damn mouth, could defend his own damn self. He's our friend. Yo, man, that whole situation fucked up. I don't want to talk about it. That's responsible and respectable. That's your friend. Also, I do think that no one should let the internet force you to go against your friend. Because if y'all have admitted already that you have picked and choose and put shit under the rug, if you let the internet, a bunch of people who ain't street, bully you, and that's what I was thinking about Lil Baby at first. But now that I know, like, clearly they were cool. He just didn't want to say nothing publicly. If the internet bullied Lil Baby not to be friends with Young Thug, I would look at him like, what type of gangster are you? You let the internet, a bunch of dweebs online, bully you not to be friends with your friend? The guy who found you when you were broke? Like, you could say, yo, that's my friend, but I don't want to speak on no street shit when it comes to him. Let him talk about it. Out of respect for my friendship with him, I don't want to talk about that shit. Y'all niggas don't got to be Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie's the one who get on Vlad TV and he got an opinion about everybody ratting because that's his thing. He likes to keep the same energy. But if y'all admitting that y'all pick and choose, y'all don't have to come out and try to, kill the streets, fuck the streets, this and third. Just be like, listen, Young Thug's my friend. That nigga did mad shit for me, helped me out. By the way, that's why I know a lot of people like calling out Whack for, they said, and I see in the comments sometimes, they're like, yo, but what about Whack with P? Whack came on here and said, P helped pay for his daughter's college. He says, I don't give a fuck if y'all want to call me biased. I'm not having no conversation about snitching when it comes to P. He's clearly telling you I'm picking and choosing. I think that's respectable. Because if you tell me that somebody is some rat that paid for my, I don't have kids, but like, I don't know, say my cousin's wedding or whatever the case, it does some really dope shit and I think that's a friend. I'm not letting y'all bully me into say fuck them. That's what they chat, that's what the rap game tried to get me to do at 6ix9ine, right? Remember when, respectfully, I'm not trying to get back into it with Meek. Remember when Meek was just like, yo, he was telling me to stop posting 6ix9ine? No, that's my friend. I'm not gonna let you. That's the problem. I can't believe gangster rappers can't just stand up and just say what it is. Yo, I don't care if y'all think Thug's a rat or not. That's my friend. And listen, out of respect for him, I'm not speaking on that. Y'all niggas do what y'all want, but I'm stepping with it. I'm standing on with him with everything. What up? That to me would be mad like admirable. Instead of like changing the rules of the game, be like, nah, that's not a 2-pointer. That's a 3. Oh, that's not a free throw. Nah, that's 4 points right there now. No, don't change the rules. It's your guy. It's your friend. We all pick and choose. We all make, this is not court. We don't all just use one standard to judge everybody. Yo, it's my friend. Like, damn, shit. My boy was fucked up at the time. We forgive people for certain shit that we wouldn't forgive a stranger for. You got a crew full of niggas who don't do certain stuff. Your friend get caught stealing. You usually wouldn't be friends with a nigga who's a thief. But he was down bad, this and third. Like he just lost his crib. Like he just got out of jail, this and third. Like my boy was fucked up. You're gonna forgive him. It's your guy. There's nothing wrong with that. In my opinion. The worst part about this is the streets trying to make this shit make sense. And they're trying to make it make sense to people who are logical, which are on the internet. Nothing about the streets makes sense. I've always said this. What the streets is comprised of a bunch of individuals who couldn't even agree collectively to obey the law. So most of their now new mantra is to go ahead and lead a life that if it needs to break the law, avoid the law, or do whatever, despite of the law, they're down to do it. So people who can't even obey the law, you think they're going to obey some random code set by a bunch of random niggas with zero ramifications, especially if they'll shoot the nigga who made up the rule? What the fuck? How are we expecting integrity from criminals? So I've always thought that. But, you know, I think the internet, let me tell you, the internet's a tricky place. The internet has required people like Thug to come do a 3-hour interview to explain himself. We want to explain yourself, my brother. Give us 3 hours of answers of why you won't. Like, to be honest, here's the thing. Thug clearly feels whatever way he feels about Gunna. He doesn't have to like the nigga. The only reason why he had to come defend himself, he basically ran a campaign trying to get everybody else to stop liking Gunna. And this is why I always say the streets in hip-hop are weak. Because street rappers want civilians to uphold the rules. See, here's the difference. You see with the cartel? If somebody snitch, they don't say to the people in the village, yo, they told on El Chapo's brother. Could y'all go do something to that man who told on El Chapo's brother? They go handle it. Not in hip-hop. In hip-hop, say 6ix9ine told. They're like, yo, we don't fuck with snitches. You know what they do? They look at the fans to say, y'all fuck with them? Nah, that ain't cool. They want the fans to blackball the artists. They want the DSP editorial guys to blackball the artists. You know when they see 6ix9ine? What up? Nothing. That's why it's dead. Y'all can't have these codes and then want the civilians. So then, if you want the civilians to be the enforcers, because that's the only enforcement, right? Remember, these combos are only happening when album sales happen, and that's fan-driven. Cool. So now the fans are the boss. So the fans are the boss of the street. So the fans are now sitting here, and now we're like, all right, cool. All right, 6ix9ine, all right, we're not jacking him no more mainstream-wise. We're off him. Cool. Gunna, people are split, but still Gunna has a career, whatever. Now it comes time to Thug. And they're like, okay, now we don't need y'all opinion no more. It don't work like that. So, unfortunately, man, I think the consumers are the bosses of the streets, because the streets, and when I mean streets, I'm talking about street rappers. They have zero power in the game. They have a cool club, but that's it. They try to out people of the cool club, hoping that fans won't fuck with that person if they're ousted. And this is the first time the fans who realize that they're the boss are now saying to the street rappers, well, we're going to apply the standard to everybody. So let's talk about this guy that y'all like. And now the street rappers are saying, nah, fuck the streets now. Let's have some new rules. Interesting. It was very interesting when I heard Lil Zay Osama. Oh, no. Oh, did I finish the 21 clip? I think I did. Lil Zay Osama actually spoke on this, and he said this.
When you say, hey, listen, man, fuck the streets. Thug, squash the beef. Gunna, squash the beef. Everybody squash the beef. Fuck the streets. Y'all saying fuck the streets so y'all can all befriend each other, start back making music, do a collab tape, and be the best city in hip-hop again. And be the best city that stick together. That's the name y'all want. That's what y'all trying to carry. That's what y'all trying to do. You get what I'm saying? Y'all don't give a fuck about the streets, bro. You get what I'm saying? You don't care about the streets, gang. Because if you did, you wouldn't say fuck the streets. All of us come from the streets. Our mentality come from the streets. The way we dress come from the streets. The way we think come from the streets.
Now, let's try to elevate this conversation as well, right? And let's elevate it because the street rappers won't elevate the conversation, right? Okay. how much of the blame for violence in urban inner cities? Philadelphia is one of the worst cities when it comes to violence per capita committed by, and I'm gonna say children, even though it's the violent offenders ages range from 25 and under, and most of them seem to be black. A lot of them are gang violence and stuff of this, that nature. By the way, there was what's the name of that rapper who actually passed away in Philly last year? How much do you blame that on the rappers? Because here's the thing. Well, if we're talking about Philadelphia rap, there's no Philadelphia rapper. I mean, yeah, I guess you could say OT7 Kwani. But, like, these guys aren't rapping, like, aggressive drill music that is, that's not the popular music of the time right now in Philly. Like, you have Too Rare and, like, Uzi that's kind of, like, popping off. Like, there's no, like, we're not having, like, even a drill era. So how much do you blame the violence on the musicians, or are the musicians? It's kind of like, does art imitate life or life imitate art? Are the rappers imitating what they're seeing, or are the rappers promoting something and then people are trying to, emulate and embody what the rappers are saying that kind of increases the crime rate? Or is it like a mix of the two? Because when I hear some people talk about it, in terms of rap, I guess the conversation would be maybe rappers should rap less about violent things. Now, that goes into a lot of different branches as well in terms of where the conversation could go. Obviously, people are going to say, well, it's very easy and convenient to say, of course, G Herbo is in like his 15th year in the league or in rap. 21 Savage is in like his 12th year. Meek Mill is like in his 15th to 17th year. Of course, they're all rich. Of course, they're going to be co-signing it, right? Like, there's like a list of this, what people are calling the fuck the street versus the streets. And people are saying it's mostly a lot of rappers that haven't made it yet, or they haven't really gotten to that level of wealth, that are saying, yo, whoa, we care about the streets. Now, Boosie's an exception, not necessarily with wealth, but because he's been in the game a long time, but his audience is primarily underground street people. So, like, he's not going to say fuck the streets. Honeycomb Brazy's pretty new. 504, even though he's had some commercial success, pretty new. Blueface, I mean, look at his face. Like, he has a bunch of, like, Chase Bank and Wells Fargo logos on his fucking face. Like, he's just wearing Crip all over him, right? We got Bossman D-Lo. Who's this right here? I can't see. And then we have Money Man. These are the lesser successful artists that are basically saying, yo, what's the problem? Like, and you got to see why. They're making music to appeal to the streets, and maybe some of them are culturally relevant. They're trying to make music to try to get to the level of wealth and success that these guys have. And in their opinion, they're like, yo, you guys done switched up because y'all got rich. We ain't rich yet. And even then, we don't want to switch up, right? They're not going to say they're going to switch up before the year is, right?
What we speak about in our music be about the streets. We got money out the streets. We got family and friends still in the streets. Hey, listen, I know what you niggas trying to do, right? So many niggas from Atlanta done told. What y'all trying to do is be the faces of hip-hop again. Be the faces of rap again. Gunna, Thug, everybody squashing the beef. Y'all make a collab tape, or y'all back doing features or doing videos and sticking together. And basically saying, fuck the streets. So a nigga can't be like, damn, how they from the streets and they snitching? How they from the streets and they making snitching cool or feel like snitching cool? Because it's fuck the streets. My homie done read it. Yeah.
Now, I'll pause it and say this. So in Atlanta's facing the problem that I would say Drake and Kendrick are facing post-battle. Pretty much everything that they drop, people are going to immediately ask questions of Kendrick about Drake, and they're going to ask questions about Kendrick of Drake, right? So they're going to ask Kendrick questions about Drake and ask Drake questions about Kendrick, right? And yeah, that's the only conversation people care about, right? And right now in street rap, especially street rap coming from Atlanta, people just want to hear these very simple questions, and they're only asking the same questions. That's why I think Savage is kind of fed up with it. It's like, God damn it, man. Like, yo, shit, like, this shit's like old now, right? Yo, why y'all hanging with him, but y'all don't like Gunna? why I hang with him, but this what happened on the calls. And the conversation is stuck. And I think that's kind of partly why Savage may have said F the streets, because conversation stuck, just like in regular rap, it's kind of stuck around Drake and Kendrick.
They read it, but fuck the streets. The streets is dead. So we can rap. It's cool with redding. No. Stop that. We ain't going for that. Y'all playing in the motherfucking street niggas' face. Y'all playing in y'all fans' faces. Y'all playing. No, stop that. We ain't going for that. Y'all playing in the motherfucking street niggas' face. Y'all playing in y'all fans' faces. Y'all playing. You know why? All this is for album sales. These publicity stunts. A nigga gonna go right back to rapping about everything in the streets. A nigga gonna keep linking with street niggas, keep being around street niggas. The streets would never die.
Now, this is kind of interesting. Does streets mean violence and crime and degeneracy? Because is it possible to rap about the streets but not promote violence? Because you rap about, I had to hustle hard to get out the streets. I had to, I guess these things would be considered corny, but I had to work 3 jobs to, keep my lights on. Like, are those things kind of like separate, or when people talk about the streets, it means violence, crime, gangs, beef, murder?
The streets will never die. It's you niggas with all the telling and disloyal shit y'all doing. I could say this. The streets fucked up in Chicago for all the backdoor disloyal shit. The streets fucked up in Atlanta for all the snitch shit. A nigga said, yeah, he snitched one time and we swept it under the rug. How many more niggas out there snitching? And they snitching allegations was swept under the rug. Come on, bro. Will you say, hey?
Okay. And I think you made some points. Now, I did play this yesterday, but I'll play Boosie's thing, and then we'll kind of move on to some other topics.
Hey, all these people saying fuck the streets and all this, I'm not with it. Because I am, I'm a big part of the streets. That's what my love at. That's what my genuine love at. They love me so much, and I'm always speak up for the streets, bro. We talking about how it traumatized it. Yeah, it fucked us up, but it made us success stories. Everybody who was traumatized by the streets, it made you a success story to lead them streets. Streets made everything. Hip-hop, NFL, NBA. All these are people who come from most 60% are from the NBA are from the streets. All athletes are from the streets. They had to play ball to leave the streets. So the streets got success stories. This shit ain't all trauma. Trauma turned into success. Let's keep it real. Don't fuck the street shit, especially if you done made it off the streets, nigga. Come on, man. Like, take the streets out of all our music. Take street shit out, all our music. Who are we now? Who are you now without that street message that you preach to everybody? Who are you now, nigga? Yeah, man, so that ain't cool, bro. I'm not with the fuck the street shit.
Okay, there goes Boosie. Again, maybe the message just needs to be like tailored a little bit, because there could be a positive message in terms of curbing violence, curbing some of the negative messages that maybe does go out and, influence other people. Like, I always remember Fredo Santana says that 50 Cent Heat, and that's a song off Get Rich or Die Trying, was the reason why he made what's now considered drill music. And Chicago kind of pioneered that. Drill music has been, it's spread throughout the world. And we realize in certain places where drill music has, reared, sometimes its ugly head, there was an uptick in violence that we could clearly see, because people make documentaries on all the time, and people were making songs about the other people, then the other people made songs about them, and then somebody died, and then there were more songs that got made, and then other people joined, and it was clusterfuck. So we got to acknowledge that some of the stuff that's a byproduct of hip-hop and music could happen to be negative and also lead to deaths, murders, and such forth. It's not just all music, so if there is a semblance of promote more positive messages and just, doing that type of thing, I think that's good as well, right? All right. That was a clean topic. Chat, I stream way better when it's earlier. Fuck. I'm telling you. Yeah, them last two nights were I was butchering shit. I ain't gonna lie.